It never fails. I was rushing. I saw my phone was overheating, so I was rushing to get my video done, and then I forgot to talk about I forbid you. So we'll start all the way from the start. Maybe I can get it done a little smoother this time. So today, we're halfway done our racing for today. 4 in the books, 4 more to go tonight. Exciting looking group tonight. I just got off the phone with James. We were talking about time is on my side, and you know, James is always super cautious. He goes, I don't know about the Champlain with this guy. So, well, that's what tonight's for. You will know after the race, and then we can talk about it. Is he still too immature? Because we both know, everybody out there, you all know, he's going to pace 51, 52. He looks like he can. He's got all the tools to do it. He's got the breeding to do it. He's got the gait to do it. He'll follow, no problem. He's just green. Is he too green? I don't want to push him into it if he's not ready. So, this is where James is going to have to come in. Let me know. So we'll see how he races tonight. So I'm eager, excited about that. I was excited all day, really. Got up. I knew that I had a lot of running around to do the next 3 days, so I got the oil changed on the car, went to the barn. Jason had already had the harness on. Oh, hell no. Said she was perfect, never acted up at all. Now, I didn't jog her because we didn't bring any of the other babies in yet. So she didn't need a 1-day head start or a 1 month or a 3-week head start on anybody. So we just put the harness on her today. She was happy in her stall, so I just left her alone. I didn't get to see the Serious Dragon horse jog, but I did get the synopsis from Jason Merriman afterwards. I did have Dr. Latessa go over the horse. He called me. Minor stuff to work on. He'll be heading home to Ontario. You'll likely see him show up next weekend at Woodbine Mohawk Park. I hope. It's a plan. And then I made my way over to the Meadows. Now, I was super excited. We had 4 horses in today, and I thought all 4 had pretty good chance to win. I raced Vaquero Blue Chip, and I felt terrible. 2 of my partners are sitting on the fence watching the horse race. I had said to Tim, Vaquero, because he's only raced in the stake races, he's always on his toes. We warm him up, have him primed, ready to attack. And he always did. He always raced well. But today, it's not a stake race. So Tim says, what do you think? Just go jog him 2 trips. Kept him real quiet in the post-grade. Vaquero Blue Chip on his toes is not the same as Vaquero Blue Chip nice and quiet. I wasn't disappointed in the colt. If he has a lot on his calendar, if he has races left that we plan on racing him on, he probably needs a little vet work done. Nothing serious. He's a pretty low-maintenance horse. But today, he just wasn't awesome. I watched the replay again. He wasn't on his toes. So, limp noodles for the lines going. It's hard to keep him, steady like that. Right hind looked like he was bothering him a bit. And he wears aluminums up front. Those feet or knees might be pinching him a bit, if I was to guess. But none of that needs to be addressed unless we plan on racing him again. Are we going to race him in the Keystone Classic? I don't know. That's a discussion for tomorrow and the next day. Lonely Lakewood, I don't think he got off the gate good. It felt to me like the track was a little deep and not playing as good, and it was bothering me because later on in the card, we had at least one horse that wears bar shoes, and I was really worried that it might not work out that well. I really didn't think Aaron's horse was that good, but I knew if I dropped him in the 3-hole, Aaron would quarter pole to the front. Now I'm sitting behind a long shot with one of the favorites, or maybe even the favorite on the front end. Not really where I wanted to be, so I just pushed on. Man, did Aaron have something for me down the backstretch. That's the difference between 2-year-olds and aged horses. He just blew by me down the backstretch and maybe, quite frankly, took all the wind out of that cold sails. Today, he fought on best he could, finished 4th or 5th, whatever he finished. I didn't think he was bad. But it's tough racing against the aged horses. And really, neither of those colts were in killer mode today, right? They didn't need to be. I don't regret not winding them up, not having them on their toes. I don't regret that. But it definitely played a role. I can assure you of that. And now mentally, I'm a little worried. I'm thinking, is the track deep? Thinking Galaxy wears bar shoes up front. Oh my God, she didn't get off the gate really good last week. That Aaron's going out of there. What if Dave goes out of there? Ronnie Rent's horse is one of the favorites also. And, Ron Burke's filly, he's not going to be playing games with Thinking Galaxies. He just sold her to us a month ago. So all this is going through my head, but none of that matters. She's going to tell me how she feels right before they say go. And I'm going to look to my left, have a peek to my right, and I'm going to know what's what as soon as they say go. didn't have to worry too much about it. She had her nose right in the gate, and I just tapped her on the tail coming out of there, and she was gone. Now, it might have said 27-2, but I could have been up there 26 seconds. No problem whatsoever. She came screaming off the car and immediately was quiet and behaved. Now, you're racing in the open, and I don't want to drag other horses into the race. I don't want to leave herd to set up the race for a sprint from behind. So I went 27-2, and I just let her idle. But she's such a fast mare. I just let her idle. Next quarter, 27-2. They got to come and get me. And from where I sit, how she feels, the only one that can beat me is right on my bumper. Come and get me. 27-1 down the backstretch. Now, I didn't cut her loose, but I let her pace. Around the last turn, he went to pop out, and I'm like, geez, maybe that wasn't the right move. I think I'm going to be, look again, I think I'm going to be second. And you know what? Those short fields on these little B tracks, if you win 2 or 3 weeks in a row, they don't usually fill the next week. So I'm like, maybe second's not the end of the world, I guess. We come out of the turn. I'm still thinking I'm second. She hits another gear. Just gives him a little blue steel halfway down the lane and paces away. Man, what a nice mare. And to say we were lucky to buy her, that's not even a fair word. There needs to be a better word than lucky. It just doesn't do it justice. To get a mare that's racing so ordinarily out of a barn that wins everything, and just have her turn around and become an open horse seemingly overnight, that never happens. Ever happens, really. Extremely fortuitous and very, very lucky. Very lucky purchase on our behalf. So I'd love to tell you I did the scouting and I did the homework and this was our horse and she was a steal. No. But you keep swinging for singles, you're going to get doubles. You might even get triples, and you might even hit the odd home run. And what we were looking for was what we bought on paper, but what we got was something much more, and we were very lucky to get it. So just lucky, just feeling very blessed to get the mare, because she's going to do us a lot of good, and she is a nice mare. We weren't done there, though. The two bookends, one that loves to win and is an absolute pit bull when it comes to racing, and one that could be a lot better and just really despises to win, to be honest. And I forbid you, somebody messaged me and said, oh, she wanted to win today. No, she didn't. Right at the wire, it's almost like she looked sideways and said, all right, fine. That's the feeling she gives you when you're driving her. I will pace moderately hard for 112 feet. After that, you're on your own. And that's the feeling she gives you all the time. But she's slick about it. She did come from quite a ways off to win, so good for her. Good job today, forbid you. I was really, really happy with both those horses winners, and quite frankly, not disappointed in the colts. Race against age horses, didn't really have the eye of the tiger jammed into them today. Like, I didn't have them wound tight. I didn't have them on their toes and ready to rock and ready to fight. Today was an overnight, and you can take that as me not being prepared to do battle today, or you can take that as, listen, it was an overnight race, and I just didn't feel the need to, push them to the red line. And that's a very telling question in its own. Should those colts be turned out? I don't think so. Definitely, I don't think Lonely Lakewood should, and maybe neither of them. But they'll tell us. That isn't a question I have to answer to you. That's a question that they will answer for us very, very soon. So the first half of the day is over. I've been very happy with the way it's gone. I get to rest for the rest of the night now. And I'm super excited to watch the rest of the night. Widespread Panic has been doing good things and quietly learning. This is a horse that I would wager good money will be a pretty decent 3-year-old. He appears to have speed. His head somehow is screwed on straight quickly. He went from being crazy and hot and really hard to deal with to being smart, focused, almost intelligent. So really, really excited with what this colt could be. I just want to see him do his work. I hope he doesn't make a mistake. We were making some shoeing changes. Were they made? our blacksmith just got married, and as of the other day, the shoeing changes weren't made. So did they get made for tonight? And the other question, I hope they weren't made today or yesterday. I would rather, deal with the devil we know than the devil we don't in the footwear department. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what he's going to do tonight also. Time is on my side. As I said, just talk to James about him and what we're going to do with him and what our quiet hopes are. So we'll see about that. And a filly that has been under the radar for a long time and far too long. Absolute Euphoria. Has looked amazing. Was second in the Sire Stakes the other day. Will race in the Consolation next weekend. I am really, really, really excited to see what she is going to do tonight. And then Gandalf the Black. Somebody said, well, how do you have all these horses in the sale and you didn't put Gandalf the Black in the sale? Well, why would I? Gandalf's only got 3 or 4 wins. He's got room to move. He's not. There's people out there, my partners on the horse are like, well, he's a good grassroots horse. No, he's not. He's like the 14th best grassroots horse or something. He's not a factor in the grassroots scheme of things, but he is a factor in racing. He still has lots to offer, and he'll still carry that value. I could take him to the Meadows and do good right now. We could take him to a number of places. And if Mohawk gets a little tough, he's more likely to take a truck ride first before he is to take a truck ride to a new home second. So I'm really excited about watching the races tonight. Very happy with the way that things went today. Just so feeling I need to Google a better word than lucky, because it just doesn't explain think of galaxies. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to take the rest of the night off, much like you. Tune in, watch the horses race. Really, really excited about what's going on this weekend. Tomorrow, I got a race. Now it's tomorrow night, which is great because I get to go to the barn, do some work at the barn. The scopes were good today. Blood work back tomorrow on the horses that didn't race as well this week. We already know the direction vet work-wise that we're going to take with them, so that's good. And so that Friday night, we got lots racing over here tomorrow, 6, I think. Well, it's right here. Stay close. Short field. Not his forte, but he's been really, really good lately. Nothing But a Dreamer has been great. Another short field there. Major Megan is dropping into a claimer from not a claimer. A very, very tough spot. Really don't care. Races in the stake race tomorrow. Good luck to everybody with her. Austral Hanover's in a good spot tomorrow also. This may be our last start ever with Austral Hanover. Cupid Express races outside post, but I can probably assure you I will negate the draw quickly when they say go, I think, with this filly. Tailgate Buzz could be our last start with him also, so good luck to all my partners with him. JK Victory races tomorrow. They still have him. He's won the Open 2 weeks in a row, and he's still 6-1 morning line, so there must be some killers dropped in there again. Kings County makes his return to the races. Non-winners at 12,000 tomorrow night also. And our girl, another filly that we don't talk near enough about, Tactical Mounds races tomorrow. And then Saturday, I'm at the Poconos. We have horses racing at the Meadows, Insider Trading, J.K. Mickey Mantle. I talked to Chris Lems. He said he would go over and drive the horses because everyone is gone on Saturday. Everyone, seemingly. Not to say that no one is there. Ronnie Wren's there. Aaron Merriman's there. But a number of usual drivers are not there. So Chris Lems said he'd go drive. He's going to drive J.K. Mickey Mantle. Patrick the Piranha and Smoking Hot Irish Girl. I think Patrick and Smoking Hot Irish Girl got a great shot. I just want to see a good line on J.K. Mickey Mantle tomorrow. And then I'm fancy like Brace for Landing is racing. Brace for Landing. Just trying to see here. Odds are 5-2. What class is this? Numbers of 5,000. Oh, cool. Numbers of 5,000. Last 5, so that's a good spot for him. Great job by Megan finding a spot for this guy. Good job. And No Free Lunch is racing at Mohawk also. He's making, it seems like he's coming back to life. So really excited about the weekend. Then I really do punch the clock for the weekend. I'm done Saturday. I'm leaving right after the Poconos. As soon as I get off the bike, I'm going to drive back to Ontario because it is always last baseball tournament of the season. These kids have had such a great year, unbeaten in any tournaments, but win, lose, or draw. Knock on wood. I'm not going to jinx them or anything like that. Win, lose, or draw, they've had a great year. It's been a great group of kids. I've loved watching them play. I've loved watching Ollie play on both sides of the border. It's been a great year. He's really grown up as a ball player and as a kid, and I think next year will be a lot of fun also. So, really excited about the rest of the night, the rest of the week. I hope you are too. I will talk to you all very, very soon. Take care.